the MotoGP world is never without drama. This time, surprising news has come from the most dominant factory team of recent seasons, the Ducati Lenovo Team. After several years of relying on Francesco Bagnaia as the backbone of the team, there are signs that his position is no longer secure. So who is the biggest threat to Pecco? Let's discuss it. Ducati team manager Davide Tardozzi finally spoke out after the opening round of MotoGP 2025 in Qatar, and in a very pungent tone. In an interview that immediately sparked heated discussion in the paddock, Tardozzi openly criticized the attitude of Francesco Bagnaia aka Pecco, who he felt complained too much about the Desmosedici bike. According to him, such a spoiled attitude is actually an obstacle to the progress of the team as a whole. If we are spoiled when we face the 8-time world champion, then we are finished, said Tardozzi, clearly referring to the presence of Marquez as a new internal rival now defending Ducati Gresini. The statement immediately became a strong signal. There is no more room for softness in the Ducati garage. This statement immediately shook the MotoGP world. Until now, Pecco has been known as Ducati's golden boy, the world champion who brought back successive victories. But now his position seems to be shaken. Not by another rider from a rival team, but by a fellow countryman and MotoGP icon. The Lusail circuit in Qatar was the scene of an extraordinary comeback. The opening race of the MotoGP season became a magnificent stage for the legend that is Marquez. After years of trials, injuries and struggles with an uncompetitive bike, Marquez returned, and he returned in a way that truly shook the world. This was no ordinary victory. This was a statement. A statement that the 6-time world champion was not done, not finished, and had just begun a new, more terrifying chapter in his career. With burning confidence and incredible precision in every corner, Marquez looked like the best version of himself, perhaps even better than we have ever seen him. From the moment the lights went out, Marquez immediately showed his mettle. Not only was he fast, but he was smart. He set the pace of the race with complete composure, maintaining tire stability perfectly and overtaking at crucial moments that left his opponents speechless. With a time of 41 minutes 29.186 seconds, he crossed the finish line in style, ahead of his rivals who could not even get close. It was his first win on a dry track since 2014, a long wait that finally paid off. And this victory felt all the more special because it came on a track that is not Marquez's favorite. "If I win in Qatar, I will be close to the world title," he said loudly after the race, with a confident smile and eyes that once again radiated the aura of a champion. From the lowest point in his life and career, from the times when he was doubted, even by himself, Marquez is now back on top. And in a move that has the MotoGP world trembling, he is now riding a Ducati GP25, the fastest, most stable and most feared bike on the grid. The combination is not only frightening, it is a nightmare for his rivals. Behind Marquez's sensational victory there was another drama that shook the MotoGP world no less. Maverick Vinales, who had seemed so confident of securing second place behind Marquez, was forced to relinquish the podium that was so close to his grasp. The reason? A surprise penalty for having a tire pressure below the minimum required by the regulations. The decision immediately became a hot topic in the paddock, with fans and teams divided on the issue. The effects of the penalty were immediately felt. Pecco Bagnaia, the defending world champion, was automatically promoted to second place. A result that seemed impossible considering his less-than-ideal start to the race. Pecco started the race from 9th position on the grid, the result of a crash in qualifying that made his chances of a podium finish look slim. But his championship mentality spoke louder. In the tense race, Pecco was fierce. He showed extraordinary toughness and precision as he overtook big names like Alex Marquez and Franco Morbidelli one by one with clean maneuvers and high precision. Many observers have described his performance as one of the most impressive comebacks of the early season. And when he finally crossed the line in third place, later changed to second due to Vinales' penalty, Pecco may have smiled, but it wasn't a smile of absolute victory. Ironically, despite his podium finish and incredible fighting spirit, the spotlight is no longer on him. All eyes are now on Marquez, who has successfully proved that he is still a formidable force to be reckoned with. Marquez did not just win, he dominated, and the aura of the 8-time world champion's resurgence was palpable. The atmosphere in the MotoGP paddock is getting hotter this weekend, not only because of the competition on the track, but also because of a legendary figure who has once again captured the public's attention, Valentino Rossi. The retired racing maestro has been here since Friday and has not missed a moment until the main race on Sunday. However, his presence this time has sparked more than just nostalgia. Several keen observers feel that this is no ordinary visit. Rossi looks too active, too focused. He has not just come to support the VR46 team, but seems to have a deeper, more personal, and perhaps darker mission. There are whispers in the paddock that the doctor has come to test the mentality of one of his old rivals, Marquez. This speculation was reinforced when Rossi was seen standing directly in front of the VR46 paddock, which is adjacent to Ducati headquarters. Just as Marquez came out of the pit lane for an important session, Rossi's gaze did not leave him. No smile. No greeting. Just a sharp, penetrating look, as if to say, "I'm still here, and I see you." Some called it psychological pressure. A mental maneuver from the legend to plant seeds of doubt in Marquez's mind. As if to show that the shadows of the past were not really gone. But Marquez's reaction was truly unexpected. Instead of faltering, the baby alien seemed even more ferocious, even more relentless. He responded to all forms of pressure, both on and off the track, in the best way possible, with a brilliant victory. He drove mercilessly, leaving his rivals behind and silencing all speculation and intimidation with one action, standing on the highest podium. Marquez and Francesco Pecco Bagnaia in the same garage. Two big names. Two world champions. Two characters who hate to be overshadowed. One team, but maybe not one vision. This combination could be an unstoppable force, or a time bomb waiting to explode. On paper, it's a fan's dream, two of the best riders of this generation, both riding the best bike on the grid. But behind the smiles for the cameras and the seemingly friendly handshakes, there is a tension that is beginning to be felt. Oscar Haro, a Spanish MotoGP observer, warns that this harmony is only an initial illusion. "We are all too quick to believe that everything will be fine," he says. "But we forget who Marquez is. He's not here to make friends. He's here to win by any means necessary." Furthermore, Haro insists that if the conditions on the track are truly equal, Marquez is still superior to Pecco in terms of mentality, experience, and even aggression. And that could be a big problem. Because for Marquez there is no room for compromise. Meanwhile, Pecco, as defending champion and Ducati star for the last few years, certainly doesn't want his position taken away from him. This situation seems to be a replay of the old, combustible story of Valentino Rossi and Jorge Lorenzo sharing a garage at Yamaha. Two great stars who shone brightly, but burned each other. The atmosphere that once divided the team may now be haunting Ducati in a more modern form, faster, more intense, more explosive. Structurally and contractually, Pecco Bagnaia is still Ducati's main rider. He is the defending champion, a symbol of the glory of the Borgo Panigale manufacturer's long-term project. But the reality on the track tells a different story. Since the start of the 2025 season, Marquez has been on fire. Not just fast, but consistent, aggressive and hungry for victory, just like in his glory days with Honda. Now the pressure is on in the Ducati garage. The situation is complicated. Will they continue to support Pecco as project leader, even though his performance is starting to falter? Write your opinion below.